Welcome back, folks. This is episode 62. It's about your paycheck. And we're talking the season in review today. We have some fun with it just to tell you what we covered this season. Before we get into it, though, what's up, Walt?
I like how you came in there like kind of the quiet storm vibes.
Quiet
Welcome back,
Storm.
folks.
I'm practicing. I'm going to start a. Bro, it was. I used to love the Quiet Storm, bro. WBLS in New York City did the
Yeah,
Quiet
man.
Storm at night. I forgot the guy. I forget the guy's name, but he was the best. He had a dope voice. Uh, I just need the rain sound.
Yep, that's it. Some thunder.
No, not too loud though. Not as a quiet storm, kid. Not too
There
loud.
you go, man. There you go.
Oh man, what's good with you, man?
Nothing much, man. Just chugging along, just doing what I got to do. Appreciative,
Man.
grateful. Just realizing as I get older and realizing, man,
Mhm.
like it's less about other people and more about how we hold ourselves accountable to ourselves.
To ourselves.
And
That's it.
and that's the best that we can ask for and do,
Yep.
right? Because other people are going to let us down. Other
Oh.
people are going to disappoint us. Other people are going to do things that we don't think they should do, and it's okay because that they're individuals. And look,
Hmm.
I'm learning to enjoy my peace more, and let's let people be people, bro, and let them learn. Like, and let them run into that wall if they have to.
Unfortunately,
Yeah, man.
I try to one of the quotes that's stuck in my head is, what is it? A smart person learns from their mistakes. A
Hmm.
wise person learns from other people's mistakes. But you're right. There are things that we're not always gonna make the right decisions. We're gonna hit the wall. I'm not gonna call them out, but somebody close to me used to say, I could do better all by myself. I don't need you to tell me what
Yeah,
to do.
man.
Like, what? Okay.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, go ahead and do what you gotta do.
Yep.
Is what it is, man. Let me see. We got our financial fitness challenge going, and my next step was I finally dug out. So what I do, because this is the right platform. I didn't want to get too much into it on the It's About Payroll show, but
Yeah.
this is
Yeah. Yeah.
definitely the conversation we want to have with our paycheck folks. What I do is get all my transactions. So we also have a business that we're running with a legitimate. This is Payroll Universe Inc. that run for the
Mhm.
podcast. It owns all the things we do. But so there are expenses, there's income out expenses that we have to file. We got to pay
Yep.
taxes. It all stay legit, right? Any people don't realize that you start a business. Like I laugh at all these TikToks that are like, "Oh, I started 12 LLCs." Like just to file taxes on those 12 LLCs alone is a big
Mm,
expense. I hope you're
yeah.
making
Yeah.
money on all them LLCs. Um,
Yeah, for real.
so anywho, what I do is I gather all my expenses. If you're efficient, then you will try to, how can I say, only use a certain card or account to business expense, and then you just pull from there and it's easy, or run everything
Yeah.
through in real time through an accounting system. But we're not
Yep.
that sophisticated yet. So we are the accounting system, and we just tally up what we've spent in business
Mhm.
way and put that together. So I have to gather all those charges from various places and accounts and da, da, da. We bootstrapping this on our own, folks. A lot of our own credit and our own funds to do things and have
Mhm.
to pull it together. But it's twofold because I was already doing it as my on my own before we started the business together. So it's twofold. I get to uh, look at as a family where we're spending our money and be like, hey, they hate when I
Mhm.
do it because I'll be like, hey, look what we spending on. We spend too
Yeah,
much
yeah,
money
yeah.
on DoorDash. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, and but again for the business and stuff. So I'm in finally started doing that, got it all together. So now I'm just whittling through the because it's tough enough to just pull it all together, log in,
Yeah.
download, and then I got to put it all in one format in Excel, and it's a task. So I'm at the point where I'm just now it's all together, and it was like thousands of transactions,
Wow.
and I ain't got that much money, so I don't know why so many transactions. But anywho, because right
Wow.
now, if you live in a digital world, a dollar, you don't spend a dollar in cash. You spend a dollar on your card, and two
Yep.
dollars there, and $3 there, and everything is digital.
Yep.
So basically, it's very little cash or everything, but it's a good part for tracking purposes, bad part for, convenience, I guess. I don't know. But
Yeah.
anywho, now I'm just to the point where I'm whittling and categorizing and starting to look at things, and I'll do some, again, I'll be doing my reporting back to my family. Hey, we gotta watch our spending on some places and stuff. And but anywho, the point is, it gears you up so that you know where your excess spending is and your opportunities are.
Yeah.
It just points
And
out your opportunities. What
and
about
look
you?
if and look if you're really good, maybe you have an app out there to help you with your
That's the
budget and
next step.
track
Yeah,
your receipts and stuff like that.
yeah.
Like I want to get to that place where I can be more because in the moment I'm not. It's not on the front of my mind to do that and have that app and stuff like that. But maybe there's a way. I don't know if there's a way for a card to be linked to an app like that, so where
Hmm.
every time you swipe that card, that purchase automatically goes to that
I believe so.
app.
I
Look,
think Nerd Wallet. So I just signed up with Nerd
okay,
Wallet. I'll let you know how it goes.
okay,
And Charlie acting up. I'm throwing him out of the stop. My dog acting up.
okay.
Anywho, Nerd Wallet I think is the solution. You
Yeah.
can connect. I just signed up not too long ago. I was just like still reading about it, but yeah, I think we could do that, and all
Okay.
your transactions will flow through, and it'll start to build charts and also give you recommendations like, hey, you could save money over here doing this and doing that.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. So that's the next step in the financial fitness is trying to just get all into an app like you just said, so that you could see it in one place. You know what I mean? You could
Yes.
see your in and out in one
Yep.
place and get a
Yep.
better idea of how to make better decisions. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
It
Honestly.
data is the new oil, so we got to use
Yeah.
the data. So me and Walt have been saying that in the business recently. Hey, we got to use data to make whatever we do. Let's use data to make decisions.
Mhm.
That's what I was like. Next step is, hey, let's use data to drive these next decisions. Yeah, yeah. What about you, man?
No, same man. Like I look, I'm just trucking along, doing different things. I think like you just gave me an idea, and I should just do better. I'm gonna try and nerd it myself. I could wait for you and just wait and see how it goes for
Hmm.
you, or I could just be
Yeah,
proactive and
yeah.
just go ahead and sign up.
It's free to just log in and set up the account. Yeah.
There's no point in just sitting around waiting for somebody else
Mm-mm.
to give me
Yep.
the answer. And maybe it works for me. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe another app will work for me. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I have to find out what works for me in
Yep.
my situation because your
Yep.
situation is different than mine.
Yep. I mean, it's the
Yeah,
same.
man.
Money in, money out. It's the same.
Yeah.
Different inputs and outputs. That's all.
There you go.
But it's the same goal in mind.
Yep.
What you got for us in employee paycheck news of work?
Got a little true crime ish
Oh,
type
word.
stuff.
Nice.
Yeah. A USPS worker, US Postal Service worker,
Uh huh.
stole $1.6 million in checks from the mail and
One point
spent it
six or 16 million.
1.6 million.
Oh, okay. So the little summary is must. Okay,
Yeah,
got you.
1.6 million.
Still.
Um, and he spent it on a lavish lifestyle, on luxury hotels and gentlemen's clubs. Yep. From December 2020 to March
But
2023.
did it say what is he stealing from the mail?
Checks.
Oh, checks. But how are they stealing checks in this day and age?
Bro, like I look, he probably is some people have a feel for it. You can feel what's in the envelope and you can just say sometimes you might be able to just look up at the light. Who knows what he was doing?
No, but okay, I stole a check. It's not in my name. What am I doing with that check?
Bro, you probably have a way to make deposits and withdrawals of the funds in different ways, but there's a will, there's a way. Look,
Wow.
I remember back in the day that some check cashing stores, like some gas stations, some local ones,
Mhm.
they would just say, "Oh, just okay, yeah, we'll cash it, we'll cash it, we'll cash it
Mhm.
for you," because they
Yeah.
just want to get their cut.
Yep. Yeah, but that you can't do that no more. That's what I'm saying. With today's technology and all the regulations and things, it's how is he pulling this off?
Apparently,
Oh,
he was.
he might have been stealing identities too, because if he's the mailman, he knows where those
Hmm.
people are. He could probably do get enough info to open a new account for them
Yep.
under there and then deposit the check and say, yeah. So you know what? You're right. He's in the actually the perfect situation to
Hmm.
steal identity and reroute your checks.
Okay, so look, he altered the checks. It looks like so. They said he deposited altered checks. So he was doing something and
Rewriting his name,
writing over
creating his
something. Who
name.
knows what he was doing?
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. Okay. Did it say how much time he got?
he was found guilty. He can get up to 30 years for bank fraud
Mm.
and 5 years for mail theft. He's also found guilty of unlawful procurement of citizenship in the U.S. He falsified his U.S. citizenship
So
as well.
he's not legal.
Nah.
Bad time to not be legal and do crime. Yeah, it's gonna get
Mm.
deported.
Yep. It says he's scheduled to be sentenced on August 8th. So we'll find out.
Yeah.
This is William Tincup, and I'd like to talk to you a little bit about Indeed FutureWorks. Ryan and I attended the conference last year, and we created a limited series for Indeed where we talked to their customers. Great stories around TA and how they use Indeed to the max. So check it out. It's just Indeed FutureWorks 2024. You could search for it wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks.
Man, we gotta find out how to do news correspondence. I still want to know about some other true crimes that we had done,
Money Mike.
right?
What happened to Money
Money
Mike?
Mike, yeah, our first true
Yep.
crime. I'll never forget it.
Yeah.
Yup. Mine is just it's a news update, but I'm gonna say it's for our audience for this show. I think it's a warning as well. So Chime, the app Chime,
I have time.
you have Chime. They're starting to do instant loans. If
hmm
you've on your
I've seen it.
Yep, I've actually seen it on Cash App also. So I have Cash App,
Yeah.
and they started doing it there. I was like, oh, negative. Just be careful, folks, because it's
Yeah.
very reminiscent of payday loans,
Yep.
which were very predatory. And I get it. We're broke. I did payday loans. Like,
Look, these companies
got
are
burned.
finding any way to get a dollar.
And I'm not mad at them from the business perspective because and now they've built up enough data,
Mhm.
clients, and transactions and money,
Yeah.
and they know what they can and can't. They have a threshold now. I mean,
Yep.
they're becoming a digital bank, fintech.
Yep.
That was the whole point. So I get it. It's a great because Chime is also one of the ones that allows you to have a early deposit. They'll offer
Yep.
you early direct deposit. But
Yes. So,
caveat, folks, your payroll department drives whether that can get done early or not. Because I recently had folks complain about it, and shoot, if my
that's
folks are listening, I'm working on it. Don't worry. But
that's why
ex-
that's why Chime says up to 2 days. Up
up
to
to
two
yes,
days early.
yes, because if you go read the fine print, it does, or if you dig in, it does say it's contingent on when the payroll was released from your
Yeah.
company.
Yeah.
So if your company does it late on the last day that they can do it, then
Yeah.
guess what? You might not get it early.
Yeah.
But employees have to remember, we as the employee have to remember that your check date is the legal obligation from your company.
Yep.
So don't
Yes.
this is another one of those things, and I think
Yeah.
I think we're forming some good tips, right? And I think this
Yeah.
is part of some of the content that we got to really get out there better.
Yep.
Is one of those tips, like for me, don't live on your overtime. Don't live on your bonuses. Don't
Yep.
live on money that you is not guaranteed. You know
Yep.
what I mean? Your hourly wage is guaranteed. Even if your company goes belly up, you got a good chance of winning those funds back from a suing situation. And I would say a good amount of folks, your hourly wage, your salaries are guaranteed. You work, you get paid.
Yeah.
But overtime is not guaranteed. Companies, from a company's perspective, folks, the leaders are always trying to cut down on overtime. It's expensive.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why Trump got people with the whole, oh, we're going to do tax free on overtime, because that also saves the company and it saves you. It's a
Yep.
win-win for companies and employees if that bill were to get passed, right? So don't live on your overtime. Don't be careful of these payday loans and instant loans. Live within below your means, really. If you could live
If you
below
can.
your means, you're setting yourself up for a great future, right? Then you can
Yeah.
take those vacations you want. You could do anything you want when you want. If you live below your means, if you live
Yeah.
beyond your means, you're always going to be playing catch up, right?
Yeah.
It's like I had
That's
a
it.
family member recently tell me, he's like, look, I don't take big risks, so I may never be rich, but I'm going to never be broke.
There you go. There you go, man.
Let's pay the bills before we
Yes,
get
sir.
into the season in review today. Where we at? Yeah, we go. We halftime. And if so, for employees, if you're having trouble with your time cards, if you guys get paid wrong and you got issues with punching in, punching out, if you're like writing down your time and you got, or if you don't have a digital, efficient way to manage your time, please urge your company to reach out to Time Track Go. We have a code in at the end that Walt's going to share that'll save them some money, because Time Track Go is the solution. It turns ordinary tablets into state of the art time clocks. You don't need your own equipment. If you want your own equipment, that is on the roadmap. They're coming with their own equipment as well. Because what we learned is some companies do want that. They want these biometrics and they want the clock
Mhm.
in no problem. You don't like the tablet solution? That's coming. So they have a mobile app, they have a web portal. You can clock in from anywhere, right? But it gets better. It also automates time tracking and the time off requests that you all want to make to get your vacation time, right? It makes life easier for you and your payroll HR team and your managers. So stop wasting time with the outdated systems and urge your payroll and HR and management to go reach out to Time Track Go.
Yes, sir. Great, great. But look, they do have a special offer, like Brian mentioned, for our It's About Your Paycheck listeners. So right now, they are offering an additional 50% off your first 2 months. So tell your decision makers, your leadership to just head over to www.timetrackgo.com/IAP. That's www.timetrackgo.com/IAP and start your 14-day free trial today and claim
Today,
that offer.
don't waste
Let's
time.
go.
Let's go.
All right, man. Let's get into it. Like season 6 in review, season
Yeah,
7
yeah.
for It's About Your Paycheck, man. It's been a journey, man. Like,
It's been coming together. It's
yeah.
Get ready to turn up the volume on your HR game. I'm Jay Arnold, former musician turned HR leader and host of Backstage Pass, the HR Rockstar. Each episode pulls back the curtain on key HR topics, from leadership lessons and bold career pivots to the latest in HR tech and talent strategies, featuring the rock stars within their industries. If you're ready to shake up the status quo and amplify your impact, this is your all access pass. You can catch the show on the Work Defined Podcast Network and wherever you listen to podcasts. Subscribe now and let's rock the future of work together.
this we had a lot of early success with It's About Payroll. So we thought, oh my gosh, It's About Your paycheck. It's gonna blow up. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's taken a little bit more time because we got to figure out how to connect with our folks and our consumer of this information. I get
Mhm.
it. And Ryan from our network really put it into perspective. Shout out to Work
Mhm.
Defined, Ryan and
Yep.
William Tincup, Ryan Leary, William Tincup from Work Defined. And we just got to start doing it. We got little tips, little nuggets,
Yeah.
more bite sized. Because once somebody recently just told me they're going to be on one of the shows, and he's like, "Oh, I wish your show was shorter. I wish I can snack on it more."
Yeah.
It's saying something, right? That we gotta.
Yeah.
So it's coming, Bo, because the tips, the information is here. We just gotta redeliver it and keep finding ways. I'm happy to be this far along in it. I'm enjoying the content we're putting out. We just keep ways. That's all.
Yeah.
What about you, man? What did you like? I'll let you start off this one. I did the last show.
Okay.
What do you? Yeah, start off. What you like
So
about
look,
the season?
one of the things I liked is the episode we did about bless your heart or wash your back.
Oh
Right,
yes,
right,
bless your heart. Oh
the secret slights and stuff
yes,
that people may
yes,
say or
yes.
whatever. That one stuck out. The one with Steven Weisberg, the tax attorney,
Yep.
the tax debt attorney. That was a good episode, and just learning a little bit more about that process and how that works and everything. So I think that was a good thing. I liked the episode about the research we did on how your background may impact how much you save
Yeah.
and everything. And the last episode that we just did, like, I really liked that one about negotiating your salary
Yes.
and getting what you're worth, because
Yep.
I realized that I didn't do that earlier on in my career
Yeah.
because I didn't know that. And I shared that story about going to a tip agency and telling them, "Hey, these are my requirements," and going in low. They
Hmm.
said, "No, you need to come up here
Hmm.
and then start here, and then work from there."
And that's a good call. And not to cut you off, but that's a good call out for, I guess, to gauge really where you're at, right? That's actually a good gauge on what your salary should be at, because you
Yeah.
can go to the website, you can go to salary.com and ping Glassdoor and buy all these sites is great, but reach out to a recruiter, because the
Yep.
recruiter has your best interests at heart. They want to get
Yeah.
you the highest rate that they possibly can. They get a cut off of your rate,
Yep.
right? Whether that be hourly. Hourly may be a little blurry though, because they get a big hour, they get part of that hourly chunk.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
But
a salary, annual salary, is definitely a good indicator.
for the sports fans out there, think about it like this: they're the agent.
Yep.
The agent wants to get the athlete the best deal
Best deal
possible
possible. Yep.
because they get, like Brian said, they get a chunk of that. They get a little piece of
Hmm.
that. So, at what 10% of $100 million deal? That's a good
Hmm.
chunk of
Yep.
change for
Heck
one
yeah.
deal.
Yep. They trying to get you a $500 million deal and work back from there. So but I guess a good delineation also is a permanent placement recruiter, not
Yeah.
so much an hourly, because the hourlies, they may not even tell you what they're charging the client. They're just
Yeah.
going to give you what you want, and actually probably be the opposite. It probably would be a lower. Oh, that's all you want? No problem, because then they get to eat off the. So that's how hourlies work, right? If y'all don't know that, if you do a temp hourly job and you're working through a recruiter, your recruiter or that temp agency is charging the client, the company, $50 an hour. They're paying you $15 an hour.
Hmm.
So whatever they can keep in that spread is for them. So would actually, if you wanted to use a recruiter as a gauge of where you should be at, it would be a permanent placement recruiter.
Okay.
So just to put that
Good
out
call
there,
out.
yeah, as I think about it, wait a minute, not a temp hourly recruiter. No, no.
Yeah.
What
So, what about you,
else?
man? What episodes?
Oh man, I loved having my boy on. Had
Yeah. Yeah.
my man Anthony Seda, aka Fury. We called him Fury for a long time. And I remember his daughter used to be like, "Dad, you need to take Fury off social media. This is ridiculous. You're in your 30s or 40s. This is ridiculous." But anyway, he's an accomplished nurse now,
Nice.
and came on the show and just broke down the different codings that nurses got to have a million different
Hmm.
pay codes on their paycheck and things like that. That dope. That episode was cool. I like money mind games, how your paycheck impacts your
Yeah.
mental well being.
Yeah, man. That was a good one.
What was you gonna say?
Look, also about your boy Anthony, man. He also dropped some knowledge about life too.
Oh man, I actually need to reach out to him, bro. He wants to follow up and talk and kick it. I've been not avoiding him, but I haven't been able to catch up week
Hmm.
since he texted me. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna circle. Yeah, he dropped a lot of life things that were and a lot of wisdom that he had to share. Bless your heart and watch your back was
Yeah.
definitely. What else? We did budgeting, of course. We did New Year planning. We
Yeah.
defined what rich
What's
meant.
to us? We both had
It
different
ended up
definitions.
being what to me to us. Yes,
Yes.
I intended it to be rich, the money rich.
Mm-hmm.
That Wall was like rich in love, rich, and yeah, and actually I found that in all the research as well. Like, what
Hmm.
does rich mean? And all of them went off on a tangent and was like, you could be also rich in love and family and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, it's a money show. I was just talking about the money. But anywho, but it was fun. It was a great conversation. Oh, from paychecks to purpose, aligning
Yeah.
compensation with personal values.
Great one.
Yep. So yeah, we had some really good shows. The last one was negotiating your salary. That was the season finale.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, more to come, folks. Like, this show is about saving, like, being financially fit with your money, period,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And learning things about your check and the state you're in, that rules and regulations that impact your state, that can be unique to your state. And one, I think, see, again, here's a little nugget. You can't talk to your cousin across the country and talk about paycheck stuff and think it's the same, because it
Nah.
could be very different, especially in California and you live in
Mm-hmm.
Florida. They are literally not only on opposite ends of the country, but opposite ends of the spectrum as far as
Yes,
paycheck
sir.
rules. Each state has its own governing rules about your paycheck and what's allowed and what the employer is allowed to do and not. So you really have to take those things into account if you have an issue with your paycheck. Look it up. Go look things up, and don't be afraid to be like, wait a minute, and question it and figure out. Come to us. We're on
Yeah.
LinkedIn, we're on Facebook, we're on TikTok, we're on IG. Reach
Yep.
out to us wherever you see that logo and that sign. Come reach out. We're literally here to help folks out and guide them on this financial journey with us because we're
Yeah,
on
yeah.
it. We're not, we're learning as we go here.
Yes, sir. Yeah, well said. So let's move on to the question of the day and close this puppy out. So, look, the average American household spends over $6,400 in expenses. Do we have a spending problem or do we have a pay problem?
Average household spends over six. And what is that, a year or a month?
A month.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Um, what do you think, bro? That's a great question.
I think that it's a little bit of both. As much of a cop out as that may seem like, I think that consume. That's why they call us consumers.
Consumers, yeah, system.
Yeah, we spend even sometimes needlessly, right?
Mhm.
There's stuff that look, I used to have a bunch of shoes and I used to love shoes and just would buy shoes and not even wear some of them. There's like some clothes that I have somewhere in there that I haven't even worn yet or
I
whatever.
mean,
And look, but like that's the thing. Like,
The use case podcast is where technology vendors get to talk about themselves. And it's a wonderful place for vendors, investors, and practitioners to listen to the story of the solution, the features, the benefits, the attributes, etc. And we get to know the CEO or founder during the call, and we also get to know the tech. So subscribe to the Use Case Podcast.
sometimes we buy when we don't need.
yeah. I
And I
mean,
know that, and I know not for everybody that might be a luxury, but
no, I
for
think broke
some,
people do it too. I'm here to tell you, I have my family, some broke ass people in my family that we did. We, I
yeah,
grew up poor to middle class. Like we spent, that's part of the problem. Like we didn't, you know.
okay,
But what I think is nothing wrong with spending if you have your bases covered.
okay,
You know what I
okay,
mean? If you've are planning for the future, if you're putting something away for your retirement, if
uh-huh.
you have that rainy day fund that, remember, most Americans don't even have $1,000 saved for
That's true.
emergencies.
That's true.
Most
Yeah.
Americans live paycheck to paycheck.
Yep.
Most folks don't have the retirement funds
Yep.
going. So if you do those things, see, because and then now you're benefiting the government, like that's where I think it's a problem. Not that
Yeah.
regardless of who you're benefiting, you're hurting yourself the most if you're not thinking about trying to balance that out a little bit. Where it's like
Uh-huh.
I do have a retirement plan. Hey, if I hit this plan, I'm gonna be good by the time I retire.
Uh-huh.
um, I do have a rainy day fund. Another savings is if you are dependent on a job, they recommend
Mhm.
that you have 3 to 6 months in operating living expenses. That's $6,400 times six saved, so that if you
Mhm.
do lose a job, like right now, the government folks are in the government are suffering from that. Every
Yep.
thousands of people, hundreds losing jobs.
Yep.
If you have those bases covered, who cares? You spend
I
how you
guess, yeah.
spend. Who are we to tell anybody they can't spend if they got their bases covered? That's what one of the things I love about independence, because I independence other than like I'm dependent on my salary, but
Yep.
other than that, I don't care what you got to say about me because you don't help pay my bills.
Yes,
You
sir.
know, not you, the general. You actually do help pay my bills. So we are dependent on each other. But
Oh
the
no.
world, right?
Yeah, bro.
And people hate that. People hate that you don't have to listen to them. And if
Mhm.
you like, oh, that's nice. I ain't got to listen to you. You don't pay my bills. You don't have
Mhm.
any impact on my household. I could you
Mhm.
say about my habits. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
That's a good fact, bro.
So I
Because
just,
look,
yeah, go ahead.
you're right. Now that you said that, I think it's maybe some people have a spending problem. And because, like you said, it's not really a pay issue because you spoke to it and you, like debunk that, because it's not. I can be broke and still overspend.
Yep. Oh, hell
I,
yeah.
I can be rich and not spend it all.
Exactly right. Exactly right. Yeah. Again, man, it's such a balancing act with funds. And
Yeah,
I think I had a unhealthy connection to it, and definitely had, just because I was just talking about it with Anthony offline.
yeah,
We were talking about how just black and brown, like we just didn't weren't taught
yeah,
what to do with money, the right things to do with money early on.
yep,
You know what I mean? If your parents are for me, like my parents weren't born in this country, and
Yeah.
or technically, yeah, not really. Puerto Rico is still really not official dishal. Although we get to go in and out as we please, we still have our
Mhm.
limitations,
Yeah.
and we were still treated away, and we were still immigrants, and we were still put in the ghetto just like every other immigrant in the U.S.
Yeah.
And we didn't learn like that wasn't the thing. It was just like hard work, get a job, get it and be a hard worker. That's it. That'll solve your
Yeah.
problems.
Pay your taxes.
Pay it. Not really. If you don't know how to manage money, it doesn't
Yeah.
solve anything. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Oh
It's a
no.
great. So yeah, likewise, a good talking point because it could be either way. It could be a pay or a spend problem, and it's just gotta. I think, and I think it really highlights what this show should be about, right? Is
Yeah. Yeah.
balancing it out. Have you covered your bases? Your
Yeah.
retirement planning, your emergency fund. Your emergency fund would be ideal. Are you keeping your credit below 30% usage?
Mm.
You know what I mean? Things like there's just some
Yep.
basic formulas for money management that it's basic, and then if you really want to get fancy, forget about it. Sky's the limit. You know what
Yep.
I mean? It's yeah, yeah,
Okay.
man. Good
Good
shit.
way to end it, bro.
Good stuff, man.
All
Until the
right,
next
bro.
time, folks. We love you.
Peace.
Peace.